one life. We've got no point if you don't take a shot.
It's been a long time coming, almost 2 years of planning, but finally, Hockey Enforcers has found a home, the Multiplex in Prince George, British Columbia. Hi everyone, Ian Purness along with Brant Myers of the Calgary Flames. Welcome to Prince George and the Multiplex, and welcome to Hockey Enforcers. And let's be honest, everyone knows in the world of hockey, fighting takes place. Tonight we pay respect to the guys who are maybe most respected in the sport, the guys who drop their mitts. And Brant, in your career, probably about 300 fights from major, junior on through the National Hockey League. What's going through the minds of these guys right now?
Well, Ian, I got to tell you, I'm glad I'm on this side with you. These guys have been sort of pacing back and forth for the last day and a half, and you know what, a lot of adrenaline. I mean, I'm nervous for these guys, and I've been in their shoes quite a bit, so I'm pretty excited for them.
There's no doubt about it. There's a lot of energy in the building. Let's check in with the third member of our broadcast team tonight, Caoimhe Hayes. Caoimhe?
It's great to be here for Black and Blue, brought to you by Hockey Enforcers. This is history in the making. Nothing like this has ever been done before. And we know that all of you are going to be more than happy after you've viewed this broadcast. My name is Caoimhe Hayes. I'll be one of your hosts for this evening and your rink announcer. And I'm very excited about this groundbreaking opportunity. These guys have prepared in numerous ways. As you know, some of these guys have even met before, on or off the ice. I can't tell you that, but we know that they have plenty of experience in this arena. Tonight, the guys are going to be fighting for thousands of dollars in cash and prizes. Is this going to be the only Black and Blue or Hockey Enforcers event? Nope. The talk is that we're going to continue, and for all of you who love this type of event and adore all of these guys for their hard work and dedication, there are more plans underway to have a tour perhaps across the country. So until then, tonight what we're going to do, this is the building, the locker room is the starting point, but the ice is where we separate the men from the boys. Let's take this to ringside.
Well, Caoimhe, thank you very much. The Multiplex in Prince George, British Columbia is the site for the first ever Hockey Enforcers. Let's take a look at who's involved for this very first event. 4 groups of hockey players who will drop the mitts tonight. And Brant Myers, as I look through that list, there are some names that we know and some unknowns as well.
Definitely, we obviously know Link Gates is a big NHLer with some big-time experience. Mike Sedroy in the American Hockey League, and Mark Rader also with some pro experience. So it's going to be interesting tonight.
I look through and we see there are 15 fighters, and we had a late scratch in Group D. We'll explain how that's going to take place later on. And nevertheless, the bottom line is we have 15 guys ready to go. Let's take a look at the rules for tonight's event. Really put in place first and foremost to protect the fighters.
Oh, definitely. Obviously, we wanted to talk about keeping the helmets on tonight, making sure that the gloves were taped properly, and that there was no head injuries whatsoever.
All fights are 60 seconds long. That seems like a short time when you think about boxing and mixed martial arts. 60 seconds, though, Brant, is a long time for a hockey fight.
Oh, boy, I tell you, I've been in ones that I get tired after 10 seconds, Ian.
Let's take a look at a couple of the pieces of equipment that are so very important to what we're doing tonight. A glove and a helmet. Now, yeah, they'll drop the mitts. The gloves for the hockey player will come off, but they'll have gloves underneath. Those are mixed martial arts gloves, about half the size of, say, a boxing glove, and a helmet as well. Those pieces of equipment, Brant, allowed the Prince George Athletic Commission to sanction this event.
Well, I tell you, I use those gloves in the summertime to train, and it's definitely hurts quite a bit when you get hit with those, so the guys better be pretty careful.
Take a look at this matchup. We mentioned one of the younger guys earlier, the youngest participant tonight, Derek Parker, Melville, Saskatchewan, and another guy that many people consider to be one of the favorites, Dean Mayrand. And he's a guy that has been cruising around the Quebec Semi-Pro League for the last couple of years.
Well, I tell you, look at this Dean guy, and boy, is he a monster. And the other guy, Parker, I tell you what, too, he doesn't look too shy himself.
Parker at age 22. Looking at a minor pro career. He's got a tryout coming up soon. Let's take a look at the official tale of the tape. 6'3", 250, and Mayrand is every bit that.
Oh my God, 6'3", 250, 7 years pro. Derek Parker, 6'2", 250, and it's going to be a good one also.
Mayrand has a big right hand, says he is one of those open fighters
and says his goal going into this is to throw as many punches as possible. He says that's the kind of guy who's going to win it.
I'm worried about how I perform. I think that if I worry about the other guys, I'm taking away from the capabilities that I have.
He says that because a lot of people have been asking him, say, hey, you're one of the guys that people are expecting to be a favorite. What do you think? He says, I don't worry about those other guys. I don't want to put anybody else on a pedestal. I want to just worry about doing my own thing as the big man comes out here. 6'3", every bit at 250, and he's well put together on top of it.
He looks like a linebacker. I tell you, this guy definitely has been training and getting ready for this fight tonight.
You can see the focus on Dean Mayrand's eyes. Last year, racked up 177 penalty minutes in just 31 games in the semi-pro North American Hockey League up in Quebec. He will be facing a young guy, just 22 years old, Derek Parker, played for the Wichita Thunder last year. How about this? 500 penalty minutes in just 54 games.
All of it. You know, I've never gone into a fight that I thought I was going to lose, and every fight I'm going into thinking I'm going to win. I think I'm younger and in a lot better shape, and you know, really in the game.
Well, there he is right there, Derek Parker. 6'2", roughly 215. He gives up size, he gives up strength. A young guy coming out here, though, against one of the big favorites, and you play in that North American League in Quebec, as Mayrand does. You do this pretty much on a nightly basis. Oh, definitely. I remember hearing they had guaranteed fight nights over there in Quebec, and you got a free pizza if they didn't fight, so it was pretty crazy. Parker, again, 500 penalty minutes in just 54 games last year in his first year of minor pro hockey. Let's check in with Amy Hayes with the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, standing 6 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 225 pounds from Windsor, Canada, wearing number 55, Dean Mayrand. Now we go across the ice to his opponent, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 215 pounds from Melville, Saskatchewan, wearing number 23, Derek Parker.
Parker and Mayrand. Parker in the white, Mayrand in the blue. The referee will bring the two players to the edge of the center ice circle, and then we'll get it underway. Our third of the preliminary round-robin bouts tonight.
Move up. Ready?
And here we go. 60 seconds, away we go. Mayrand blue, Parker white.
Strong, boys, strong.
Oh, and a big right hand, and a couple more. The best part of the evening, both guys have landed big shots.
That's it, that's it, that's it.
And a shot at the end by Mayrand. I don't think Parker liked it too much.
Hey, go to your circle. Mayrand.
You know, Brett Myers, two guys that just kept throwing bombs. They both landed big right hands. They're going to let Mayrand put his helmet back on and resume things. Boy, the crowd is really electric with this one.
Wait.
Here we go, we'll resume it. Mayrand and Parker. Coming right across.
Boy, they're going good.
And a couple late shots again. Both times when the whistle was blown by the official, these guys have thrown a late shot. There's a little bit of bad blood between these two already. They're going to let him finish it off. They're going to bring him this circle and do one more time.
This is great. I tell you, they had open ice style fighting right there.
Mayrand rebuckles the helmet. That's key, and here we go. Just a couple seconds left in this one. Listen for the horn if we get that far. A couple more shots by Parker, and another shot after the whistle.
Better tighten that next time.
And Parker says, yeah, might have got the better of it.
Line up.
This won't be a wing sprint. This probably is going to be a marathon.
Well, I tell you what, they got some big hearts here, these two guys.
You got to tape that thing on next time.
I would think that the fans would mind just watching these guys go all night. Yep.
Right,
And
right,
they look
right.
like they probably could too. Here we go, one more time, maybe, who knows? Mayrad missing with his rights, now he connects. And that'll it. The horn sounds and the Lions will jump in. What a fight. I would not want to score this. I'm going to put you on the spot because you've been there 300 times, Brent Myers. Who do you give the advantage to?
Honestly, I think I give this one to Parker. I tell you, he came out swinging. He's got a heart of a lion, and I don't know. It's going to be a close one.
Let's take a look at some of the action in our third and easy to say our best fight of the night. Parker really kind of got a couple nice shots in there with the right hand, Brad.
He did. He came, you know, he's coming back though too here. Nothing really hurt him too much. Couple body shots there. Couple overhands.
I thought too that Parker did a good job of tying the bigger man up.
He sure did. When he came in, oh, he almost buckled him on that one. No, he definitely tied him up well. They both were hitting each other, though.
Boy, Mayrad got a couple shots in there. You can see the great work there, guys. Look at that. A couple good shots to the side of the head. The helmet flew off a couple of different times, but young Derek Parker, who nobody, I'll be honest with you, was talking about during the days leading up to this, put on a nice show. Here's the announcement.
Your winner by split decision, number 55, Dean Mayrad.
Well, Mayrad gets the win, and I will say this, our first controversial decision of the night.
Definitely. I don't think Parker was too happy with that.
We are 3 in. Let's take a look at number 4 in our round robin. Jason Rushton and Jamie Linehouse. And Linehouse is an interesting story. The guy's a lawyer.
I know, they both are. I tell you, the other guy's a little bulldog.
Let's take a look at the matchup in terms of the size. Rushton much heavier. Linehouse is one of those guys we talked about, a technical fighter. Age is similar. Jason Rushton, though, big guy who, like Linus, was also last year hanging out in that semi-pro league in Quebec. Had a lot of penalty minutes. He's looking forward to the event here tonight at the Multiplex in Prince George is Jason Rushton.
Let's go. Wide open, baby. First one to be knocked out, it's the way we go. Wide open, you know, I can fight anyway. You know, if you want to grapple, we can wrestle around, but I like to just go. May the best man win.
Pretty good attitude, probably the attitude you should have here tonight.
Oh, definitely. These guys are both competitors, but he looks like a little bodybuilder, this guy. I tell you, it's going to be a good one.
Rushton originally from Victoria, British Columbia, back in his home province. After spending some time the last few years in Quebec, also played overseas for a number of years in England, Great Britain, for a bunch of teams, bounced around the Western Pro League, the West Coast Hockey League, and he's going to take on one of the most interesting stories here, and that is Jamie Linehouse, who is a lawyer by trade, will take the bar coming up later on this year. I look at this guy, and I think, I asked him the last night, I said, why are you here? You out of everybody here are the most interesting story. Well-educated, you pass your bar in a couple months' time, you're going to be a lawyer officially, he's going to be a corporate lawyer. Why is he here? He says, why not? He says, it might be my last go-around. He might be getting out of hockey after this. He wants to get competitive one more time.
I told you, Ian, it's in the blood, and once it's in, it never gets out.
There you see Jamie Linehouse, and let's get the official introductions from Amy Hayes ringside.
Introducing, standing 6 feet tall, weighing 205 pounds, from Victoria, British Columbia, number 55, Jason Rushton. And now, introducing to you, he stands across the ice at 5 feet 11 inches, 205 pounds, from Montreal, wearing number 19, Jamie Linehouse.
Linehouse smiling at Rushton. Rushton smiling back. They won't be smiling in a couple seconds' time. These two guys have hooked up a couple times down the road in that Quebec League, and here they go. It's our 4th of the night. Linehouse in the white, Rushton in the blue.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Release. Come on. Let him go. Let him go.
Linehouse taking a couple shots, but he got right back up.
Oh.
Could be a throw. Rushton going to town.
Holy! Woo! What a toe-to-toe battle! They're both hanging in there. They're both going.
That's fine.
I want to know if they go 60 seconds right now. That's the question. At this pace.
Holy!
No, don't take nothing off. Let's go. Let's go. Keep throwing. Keep throwing.
Right hand by Rushton. Probably still anybody's fight at this point.
It is.
There you see just 10 seconds to go.
Let's go. Keep throwing. Let's go. Let's go.
Rushton with the
What a fight! That was the best one so far.
There's still a couple seconds left in the clock, and I think they're going to let him finish it off.
Line up.
Yeah, they're going to let him finish it off. They stopped it because Rushton's helmet came off. Rushton was able to switch hands, as was Linehouse, which is interesting. A lot of guys aren't going to do that tonight. They both switched hands a couple of different times.
Well, that was an open style fighting. Again, one of the best fights we're going to see all night.
Those two guys were smiling at each other as they get Rushton back together again with equipment. Let's take a look at it.
Good left there. They both start throwing. He gets his left going quick. And I got to tell you, I'll give the other guy a lot of credit there for standing in there. He comes back, though, too. They caught one there. Here they finish it off.
Got about 5 seconds or so left to go. Linehouse and Rushton. We'll see if they come together. Yeah, you know what? They were gassed. They were done.
You could tell. You could tell they were done on that one.
That was one hell of a fight.
Holy.
Jamie Linehouse.
Hey, there's no clock on this
And Jason Rushton and Linehouse. And a couple of times you thought each guy was in trouble, Brant. And yet, when it was all said and done, as we take a look at some of the action from what was just a terrific bout, I thought for sure that one guy was going to go down and not get back up, and it never happened.
Yeah, no, and sometimes that does happen. You got to really catch a guy square either on the chin for him to go down. It's pretty tough sometimes.
Every one of these guys, and we talked about it a couple times earlier, we'll talk about it throughout the night. Every one of these guys has been involved in so many of these things. You've taken a couple punches. The normal guy gets hit once, hasn't felt that before, probably goes down. These guys have been hit once or twice, you know, a night for a long, long time.
For years and years.
Let's get the decision right now. We're waiting for the decision. We'll get that decision right now.
Your winner by unanimous decision, number 55, Jason Rushton.
Unanimous decision, but a lot of credit goes there. A lot of credit goes there to Jamie Linehouse. Because not only was it a terrific fight, he hung in there, took some shots, and gave some back too. Could have easily been a split decision.
It really could have been a split decision on that one.
We move on in our next fight. Two of the bigger guys in this competition. Mark Rader, Kent Carlson. Carlson, 165 NHL games. Mark Rader, big, thick guy. You've seen him once or twice down the years.
Yeah, I fought him about 10 times over my career.
Let's take a look at the tail of the tape and you'll see the size involved. 250 each. Carlson is the oldest competitor, 43 years old. Carlson, again, 165 games in the National Hockey League. Montreal hadn't been on skates in the last 15 years. Mark Rader, on the other hand, is a guy that, as you mentioned, Brant, you've had 12 fights with in 1 year alone back in Major Junior. He's involved for a lot of different reasons. Mark Rader, a big guy, looking forward to tonight.
Anything and everything. I'm a read and react guy. I'm a challenge guy. Whatever I need to bring to the plate, I'll certainly bring it tenfold.
All right, read, react. You fought him.
I tell you what, he was one guy I did not want to fight back then. And you know what, just by looking at him now, he is a monster.
Works right now in Edmonton. He manages a bar. He's also involved in a really interesting and probably a really neat thing through his bar called the Beer Hunter. A lot of guys up there watching that. Has his own clothing line. proceeds go to local underprivileged kids in the Edmonton area. Really done some great work in the community is Mark Rader. Meanwhile, he will take on a guy in Kent Carlson, who I kept saying, you're involved in why. He says, you know what? I'm going to be really honest with you. The money's good. If I win, the money's great. Kent Carlson.
I'm afraid of everybody, but I'll do the best I can with everybody. So we'll see what happens when I get out there, and we'll let the cards fall as they may, I guess. I'm the oldest guy too, and probably the fattest, so I'm representing all that as well.
Well, a little hard on himself. Fattest, I don't know about that. I mean, hard-pressed to call any of these guys fat. He's a big, thick guy, though.
Oh, is he ever.
Kent Carlson in the gray. Mark Rader in the black. Carlson in New Hampshire right now, works in the automobile industry and sales. Says, why not? Nice payday, I'll get involved with this. Some guys told him about it, and he said, yeah, I'm pretty interested. I'll make my way to Prince George. Here it is, the official announcement of our next bout.
Introducing to you first, standing at 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 220 pounds. He's from Edmonton, Alberta, wearing number 3, Mark Rader. And across the ice, his opponent stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, 250 pounds, from Concord, New Hampshire, wearing number 3, Kent Carlson.
Brad Myers, I got to wonder, too, who's got the advantage here? Because neither one of these guys has been in a competitive hockey game in a long time.
I personally think that Mark might have the upper hand on this one just because he's been playing a little bit more than Kent has.
And here they go. Rader, Carlson, two big guys cross each other. At it, huh? And Carlson goes down, and they will separate and bring them back to their feet. I saw Rader throw that right hand. You saw that coming your way a couple times.
I did. I've seen that about 12 times in my day, too. I don't know if he broke a blade.
Fucking
He broke a blade.
skate.
He did.
No way.
Kent, he broke his skate in half. The fuck?
All right, so...
you got to be
Can you
kidding
go
me.
again, Mark?
Rader says his skate is
You want to try
broken.
or you're done? Try or you're done.
It's an interesting little thing. With
His
the,
skate's
Ready?
broken,
Ready?
and he's going.
That's a tough guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rader with a broken skate and a broken, well, his nose has taken a couple of good...
Oh! What a knockout! Oh, he did it with a broken skate.
All right, boys, let's line up once more. Both guys gone down. Let's make it right.
You know what? Third time's a charm.
Oh, man. He's fighting on a broken blade.
I got to tell you this, Brad Myers. Carlson landed a bomb, and I thought that was it for Rader. Rader kept on going and got Carlson back down. That's a tough guy, Mark
God,
Rader.
he could sure take a punch. Wow, look at him bleeding.
Rader is going to regroup here, and that's it. Well, let's take a look here. They're going to call it, mostly because of the equipment. Take a look at the replay.
Well, you look here, it was a solid right hand. Right there, you thought he was going down. Mark comes back himself with a one right there. I mean, this is going to be tough.
Keep going, buddy.
He goes down.
They ask you, that's a good shot.
Oh, it's a great
hand.
shot. Great shot right there. But he gets him right there. He goes down.
That left hand at the end, Brent, was that a left hand that knocked down?
I think it was. I think it
knock him
was.
down, or did he just slip?
No, I think it knocked him down.
Well, there you take a look at some of the effects of Kent Carlson and Mark Rader. Rader still with a smile on his face. That tells you how tough these guys are. How many people smile when their nose is busted up like that? You got a broken skate.
And a broken skate.
On top of it. Take a look one more time at exactly how he fell down here.
Well, I think... Yeah. It did look like maybe he did slip a little bit.
All right, we'll get the official announcement from our ring announcer, Ray Walker. Here is the decision.
Your winner by technical knockout, number 3, Kent Carlson.
Kent Carlson gets the win. I'm looking through during our first 5 fights, Brent, and I'm thinking we've seen probably at least 2, maybe 3 of the first 5 have not gone as people had expected, this being one of them.
Well, I tell you, I don't know about that decision on that one. I really would have given the upper hand to Mark Rader on that one.
I think at one point is it probably a little blood, broken skate. In the end, one decision. Good news is each guy gets 2 more cracks at it in the round robin as we get ready for our next fight of the night. Jason Bone and John Hewitt. Bone is a guy that has a heavy heart. Some things have gone on back in his community near Dauphin, Manitoba. He's talking about how that's weighing heavy on his mind. He's also a guy that's got a boxing background too.
Definitely. I think that anytime you can add that element into the on-ice fighting is going to be such an upside.
Take a look at the matchup on paper. Pretty even as far as height is concerned. Hewitt, a little bigger. Looks like he's put together a little bit better than Bone. And there you see the years pro, 10 versus 4, that experience coming into play.
Yeah, I think that 10 years pro is pretty huge in this one.
Jason Bone out of Manitoba, guy who's been walking around with a headset on, very focused, ready to go. Has some boxing in his background, looking forward to tonight.
Guys from the Quebec League will have an advantage because we're already used to squaring off and being in that environment, whereas guys who play in the Central and the Coast, they're more spur of the moment, go drop the gloves. So maybe that'll be an advantage.
That's what you got to wonder too. You're used to squaring off. You're used to, getting into a fight that has been put together ahead of time. Like Scroy earlier, mixed martial arts. Here's a guy, Jason Bone, 7 4 as a professional boxer as well.
No, you see him just about take a slip there, getting used to his skates, but no, you can tell he's ready to go.
Jason Bone, cranked up, looking forward to this particular matchup against a fellow Manitoban, John Hewitt, from Portage La Prairie originally, has played in that semi-pro league in Quebec the last couple of years. Yeah, interesting. He had a lot of fun yesterday to skate around. Here's John Hewitt.
What's up? I got new skates, second time out this year, so I'm just getting the feel for the ice again. So.
Well, skates were a problem in the last matchup. There's no doubt about that. We'll see if new skates come into play for John Hewitt here. That actually is a good point. Equipment, how would that come into play?
I think you have to be totally comfortable with every piece of gear that you have on your body, and some of these guys are playing with new stuff.
Well, there you go. It's Hewitt right there. You take a look at him in the gray, and Bone is at the other side in the black. 2 guys from Manitoba. It's a provincial battle tonight.
We have a provincial battle.
Amy Hayes standing by with the official introductions. Amy.
Introducing to you first, standing at 6 feet tall, weighing 215 pounds, from Kesey First Nation, Manitoba, wearing number 27, Jason Bone. And his opponent, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing 235 pounds. He comes to us from Portage, wearing number 22, John Hewitt.
All right, Hewitt and Bone. Again, Bone, a guy, as I mentioned, with a heavy heart. Some tragedy striking his community back home in Manitoba. Said he's got them on his mind, them being his community, his family, as he gets ready to go. Circles around. Bone, Hewitt. Here we go. 10 seconds in, still sizing each other up.
Move in, let's get it going. Get it going, get it going.
Hear the referee saying, get it going. Now we're 15 in.
Move in, move in, move in. Let's go, let's go.
There we go. Oh, Bone and then Jason Bone.
Get up, we'll go again. Get up, we'll go again.
Jason Bone went heavy to the ice.
Get up, we'll go again.
He slipped more than anything.
It did look like he's a little bit of off balance there on that one.
Ready? John, ready?
Well, Hewitt's jersey torn apart already. Here we go.
He hit him with an uppercut. Come on, Bone!
Bone and Hewitt again. Got a dance into this one as they continue to square off. Here we go.
Strong. There we go.
Bone landed a pretty good uppercut.
Strong, release.
As he started this exchange.
There we go, let him go. You guys done? You're done?
Here the referee asking if they're done.
I don't think they're done yet.
No. They go to the ice. The horn sounds like when they go to the ice.
Good job, boys. Good job.
I got to think there was a lot of fatigue involved in the last 20 or 30 seconds of that one.
I think the adrenaline ran out and they all of a sudden just died out.
That's something we haven't spoken about a lot, Brant, but the cardio going into this. Guys that really train. There's some guys that really put forth an effort training for this one.
Circles.
Right here might be bleeding out of his mouth, so there you see a good look at it. He is. So he took at least one good shot in there.
Yeah, he did.
How much damage gets done in there as we take a look at this? Some of these tight guys are in tight quarters, close quarters. How much damage can get done?
Well, there can be a lot. I mean, you kick a jab there.
Hey, each side of the red line,
they were in
boys.
close quarters, but they didn't open up too much. There's one right there from Bone. That was a nice shot. An extra shot there, but no major damage.
Winner by unanimous decision, number 27, Jason Bone.
So Jason Bone gets the win in his first fight of the night over John Hewitt. You know, that one, I thought too, Brant Myers, as you're watching it go, and we saw a great look at it on the replay, that uppercut that was thrown by Bone and landed, and then he slipped afterwards. Otherwise, that fight might have ended sooner.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, that was a really good shot by him, and you know what? You got to give both these guys credit, I tell you.
That's key. All right, we've got fight number 7 on this round robin, and we have 21 scheduled in the first round robin. Eddie O'Toole, Trent Potskin.
Eddie O'Toole.
This will be the biggest home ice advantage of the night. 2 great stories. We'll tell you about O'Toole and Potskin and how they got here 2 different ways. Let's take a look, though, at the tail of the tape. O'Toole, 5'10", but let me tell you, 212, he is flat out put together.
Boy, oh boy, is he stacked, and I tell you what, he's been really looking forward to this for the last 5-6 months.
Trent Potskin, 6 feet, 245. He's the local favorite. Born and raised from Prince George. Eddie O'Toole, though, how did he get in? A year and a half ago, internet vote got him into this competition. Here he is tonight.
It's always good to make it go 5 or 10 and knock the guy out. It's, you know, it's always good that way. You don't have to work as hard, but I'm just planning on going in there and just not stopping for 60 seconds until I hear that the final ding.
Well, he's going to go open fighter style, as they say, is Eddie O'Toole. Last year, when Hockey Enforcers was called Hockey Gladiators, it was an online poll. Who should be in this? An unknown. Eddie O'Toole is that guy. A year and a half later, the unknown is here. He's looking forward to taking on a guy from Prince George, says he likes to be the bad guy.
Well, he definitely is a bad guy tonight, I tell you. I love this guy. He's got a heart of gold.
Trent Potskin will be O'Toole's opponent. And here's the crowd on their feet. Trent Potskin making his way out there right now. Local favorite, Prince George. And the crowd loves this guy.
Oh, they love him. They're all standing up.
He's ready to go right off the bat. Trent Potskin looks the part, feels the part, is going to enjoy a great home ice advantage tonight here at the Multiplex in his hometown of Prince George, British Columbia.
Yeah, I'm not that tall. I'm only, 6 foot, 5'11" and a half. I don't know. I fought a lot of big, tall guys, and I didn't have no problems with them. So I'm fairly strong on top. I got excellent balance on my skates.
Well, the guy who's fighting tonight's not tall. He's 5'10". They're about the same height.
Yeah.
Potskin's got the crowd on their feet. There are signs everywhere. The energy in the building has not been this high all night as the local favorite gets his chance. Amy Hayes is standing by. Listen to the reaction Potskin gets.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing, he stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 210 pounds, from Toronto, wearing number 89, he is Eddie O'Toole. And now let's go across the ice to his opponents. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing 255 pounds, from Prince George, Canada, wearing number 33, Trent Potskin.
Brad Myers, any doubt as to who the fan favorite is tonight?
Well, I think we got the guy in the grade tonight, I'll tell you.
Ready? Move up.
All right,
Trent,
O'Toole and
Trent,
Potskin.
move up.
Get ready to take it
Here we
to
go.
the next level. Here we go.
Let's go. Action. Action. Come on, action. Let's go. Let's get her going.
Oh, Potskin's got him on his knees.
Oh, what a takedown!
Eddie O'Toole might be one of the strongest guys here, and Potskin just threw him around right there.
It's like a little rag doll.
Ready.
Let's do it again, they say. 30 seconds to go. Crowd loves what they see so far from Potskin, the local favorite,
Let's
in
go.
the gray.
Action. Come on, action.
O'Toole comes back big. Oh, the big left. And Potskin gets it down again.
They were both swinging to the roof on that one.
One more. Yeah, let's go. Hurry up. Get up.
As the clock will stop, they'll put the helmet back on Potskin and let him finish it off. I got to think if you're Eddie O'Toole, you're thinking if I want to win this thing, you better do something big in a hurry.
Yeah, grab him.
We're going to get the, we'll take a look at the replay while they fix the helmet of Potskin. Here you go.
Well, you got O'Toole there with one shot. Then he comes around, they're both throwing hard right hands. And a hard left hand and a hard right hand. They were just throwing to the roof. I tell you, there was no holding on with this fight.
Brent, I'm flat out surprised. Potskin has shown some great strength because Eddie O'Toole, 5'10", 240-ish,
yeah,
and looks like he should be a bodybuilder.
Oh, definitely.
And is a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
I mean, he has that look of him, and he just got tossed around by Potskin. If this goes to the judges' cards, and we've got some judges that are fairly tough guys, Steve Parsons, John Craighead.
Yeah, these guys got a tough job.
That's a tough job there. Take a look at the fans. Yeah, it's pro Potskin, it's pro Prince George here tonight in the multiplex. They're having a great time.
They are. They're loving it. I tell you, both guys. But it's great to see the fans on their feet for this one.
Trying to latch on as good as possible and finish it off. Here we go.
30 seconds left.
30
Yes,
seconds officially.
ready,
We're told. Here we go. Potskin and O'Toole.
Action. Let's go. Get her going here. Move in.
Crowd chanting Potskin's name. What an atmosphere at the multiplex. Nice right by O'Toole. Oh, a couple shots by O'Toole. O'Toole's doing it big.
That might be the best one we've seen all night.
We are told there's no such thing as a tie. There's no such thing as a draw. Somehow you're going to have to find a winner. Here we go.
Oh, boy, there's no holding on. They're both throwing, both connecting here, especially at the end when his helmet almost came off. He comes around with a left and a right. Now they keep going. He hits him again. Right there. And, well, another one there. That one did it.
Left hand at the end. Yep. By Potskin may be the difference.
Yeah.
If it's not, good luck getting out of here.
Yeah, I agree on this one.
Brett, if they go any way but Potskin here,
we might have a riot in the stands.
Here's the decision officially right now.
Your winner by unanimous decision, number 33, Trent Potskin.
All right, everybody's safe. Everybody is safe. We're all okay right now. Potskin gets the win, and deservedly so with that last shot at the end, as you mentioned.
The last left at the end was the one that put him down, and that's what the judges are doing scores on, or the ones that put guys down.
Here is what would have been our next fight. Link Gates versus Mark Rader. Link Gates is out of the competition. He suffered a slight concussion the first fight of the night against Steve Reed.
Man, I tell you, you don't want to see that happen to anybody. And, you know, I know Link, he's a real great guy. And in this business, though, anything goes.
I think that's what's an interesting point, too, is because in this business, Link Gates thought to be a favorite, but a concussion will keep him from competing. So we move on to our next fight. Mike Scroy, Jason Bone. Both guys were winners in their first fight of the night.
They were.
Here's an interesting thing, too, as Scroy makes his way out. Brant Myers, Jason Bone fought just a couple of fights ago. So he hasn't had a lot of time to regroup and rest. In fact, probably, as the clock goes, less time than he would have if he actually got involved in a hockey game to the 5-minute major as we look at the tail of the tape.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I tell you, these guys have to be unbelievable athletes to be fighting again within 5 to 8 minutes, and I just give them full marks for this.
Jason Bone got the win over Hewitt in his first fight. Scroy over Jason Simon. From what you've seen so far, who do you give the edge to going into this one?
You know what? I'm a Segroy fan on this one. I think that the big man's going to pull this one out.
Two guys that have boxing and mixed martial arts. Amy Hayes, here's the announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, wearing number 22, Mike Scroy. And now introducing to you, wearing number 27, Jason Bone.
Bone's in the black jersey, Scroy's in the white jersey. Both winners in their first fight of the night. Hockey Enforcers 2005. Ian Furness, Calgary Flames, Brant Myers with you ringside at the Multiplex in Prince George, British Columbia. As we wait for these two players to come together in center ice. Again, Bone has a boxing background, 7-4 as a pro boxer. Scroy has had multiple mixed martial arts fights in the cage.
Mike, right?
So two guys that are used to doing this without the skates on as well, and here they go.
Let's go, boys. Action, action, action. Get some action.
Two guys that are considered open fighters.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for the big right. Bone's going for the big right. Segroy, he's got his right free. He's going to town.
Scroy wrestled Bone to the ice. They'll separate, bring him back to center ice.
Throw him down. I know, don't throw him down. Jason.
So they'll bring him back and get it resumed one more time.
I tell you, he can really throw him, that Mike.
Let's go, let's go.
Scroy and Bone.
Action.
Scroy's been so focused this week.
You could just tell in his eyes.
Big right hand by Scroy. Well, Bone's a tough kid. Switch
They're both throwing. Yeah.
Oh, a couple more right hands.
More big right hands by Segroy. Now it looks like they might be out of juice a little bit.
I wouldn't be surprised if Scroy's got more than he does with the uppercut.
There he goes.
There he goes.
Now he's free.
A couple shots at the end for good measure. I got to think Scroy gets the decision there. We'll wait and see. But I was talking again to one of the judges, John Craighead, Brant, who had a scrap with Scroy in the last year or so in minor pro. And he said he went about a minute with this guy, and it just went on and on. Scroy's cardio, as we look at some of the replays and the action here, probably coming into play there.
They are. You look at Mike, he's got his head up, he's looking straight at him, and you know, he throws to hurt you. And you got to give Bone credit, though, for hanging in there. I do believe Mike got the win on that one.
So Scroy trying to become the first player tonight to move to 2-0 as we take a look. Here's the uppercut, I think, coming up at the second at the end of the fight. We looked right here. It looked like they were just going to kind of tie up.
They were hanging on a bit, and then he pulls out and lets an uppercut go.
He just kind of set him up, didn't he?
Yeah.
Had the uppercut right at the end there, and that might have been the difference if it wasn't already his fight to be had. We'll get the official announcement coming up here in a moment. And here it is. Scroy, Bone, the winner is.
Your winner by unanimous decision, number 22, Mike Scroy.
Scroy, look at his face. The focus, again, we have to point out. This is a guy that came in here, a little smile at the end. He hasn't smiled a lot since he's been here. He literally has been the one guy that you look at, and everything he has done since he got to Prince George is in preparation for these fights.
definitely. I think from his point of view, he feels he can really win this.
The multiplex in Prince George, British Columbia is the site of Hockey Enforcers. Inside, things have really been heating up the last few fights. Ian Furness, ringside, along with Brant Myers from the Calgary Flames. Quite the night we've had so far.
I tell you, this has been a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And these guys are, they're coming out here to, it's a war.
Expectations were very high coming in for many people, and there has not been a lot of disappointment. In fact, really easy to say that each and every fight we've seen so far has had some entertainment to it. How about this one coming up? Mayran and O'Toole, two guys from that semi-pro league in Quebec, and probably the biggest size disparity we'll have tonight. Mayran 6'5", O'Toole about 5'10".
Yeah, and you look at both of them, though, you can tell that they've trained their asses off for this fight.
Mayran got a somewhat controversial decision his first fight against Derek Parker. Eddie O'Toole just lost to Potskin moments ago, the hometown hero for Prince George. We mentioned the size difference. Here it is, 250 to 212, 6'3", and that might not be giving him his just due as far as height is concerned. Dean Mayran, O'Toole a little bit older, played a little bit longer. These two have come together once or twice before.
Oh, I'm sure they have, Ian, and I'll tell you what, you're going to have to look at maybe the bigger guy on this one to come out with the win.
Amy Hayes is standing by. Mayran, O'Toole starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back, wearing number 55, Dean Mayran. And his opponent, wearing number 89, Eddie O'Toole.
All right, O'Toole and Mayran, and when you start talking about a round robin, you have one loss already if you're Eddie O'Toole. You probably can't afford to have a second loss.
Oh, God, not in this one here. He's got to win this one. There's no doubt about it.
Ready?
Mayran has a little bit more of a cushion with the one win under his belt against Parker earlier, and here they go. A couple of guys from the Quebec Semi-Pro League, North American Hockey League, League North America to be exact. They know each other well.
Oh, they let him get up. That's good.
O'Toole got busy, but here comes Mayran.
That's a pretty easy decision, I think, on that one.
Mayran got his right free and did some damage. O'Toole's nose is bleeding. The blood on the shoulder of Mayran came from O'Toole.
Oh, my God, was he thrown to do some damage on that one?
Eddie O'Toole wiping the blood off as we take a look at some of the action, and it was big-time action.
Yeah, again, you know what? I'm glad the refs let them get up. And with the bigger guy and the longer reach, he was just connecting here right from the start. And
I thought he got a couple elbows in there, too. He's almost...
He did, but right there as he goes down, and you got to give the win.
So Mayran will improve also to 2-0. O'Toole 0-2. Bone is 1-1 as we kind of start to see things shape up with some more of the action, and that right hand for Mayran just did some damage.
Oh, it did. He's, again, 6'3", 250.
Let's take a look, or get a listen to the decision. It's official.
Your winner by technical knockout, number 55, Dean Mayran.
So Mayran, as we saw the TKO, the fight was stopped. It still has to be made official afterwards, but Mayran knocked down O'Toole a couple of times. O'Toole was bleeding. They stopped the fight. It's officially called a TKO. It's over. Mayran 2-0. O'Toole 0-2. And O'Toole effectively will have almost, it'll almost be impossible for him to move on to the semifinals and the championship round. Rushton and Radke. Chad Radke, who we have not seen yet tonight, he received the first round bye. One of the bigger guys, 6'3", 250, but Rushton, 245 and 5'11". As he gets ready to come out one more time. Rushton was a winner in his first fight of the night.
Yeah, and deservedly so. I tell you, both these guys are huge.
Meanwhile, Chad Radke is a guy we have not seen yet. had that first round bye. One of the veterans who's been around, works in Calgary in the oil and gas business. He is looking forward to tonight's action.
Obviously, the guys are juiced up, and as far as I'm concerned, it's not about that. You know, if you can fight, you can fight. The bottom line is you're here for a reason. We've been selected out of 800 applicants, and I think it's an opportunity to give it your all.
Kind of an extensive screening process. He mentioned all the people that want to be involved in this and aren't. They came down to a final 15. Radke among those. Out of Calgary, some of his buddies said, hey, you know what, once you get involved, he's involved. He'll be involved here with Jason Rushton coming up in just a couple minutes.
Yeah, and I tell you what, though, this guy's a monster, 6'3", 250. I mean, my God.
Two big guys getting ready to go at it. Radke, his first fight of the night. Rushton has had some time since his first one to get some rest. Here's the official announcement, the introductions of the next fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back, wearing number 55, Jason Rushton. And for the first time tonight, he stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, 240 pounds, from Calgary, wearing number 33, Chad Radke.
It's been a few years since Radke played competitively. He was in Switzerland last, but really a guy that plays some pickup hockey around Calgary right now. Got a couple of his buddies to square off and kind of dance with him recently to get trained. A lot of cardio, he said, as well. Here he goes in the black against Rushton.
Oh, he's coming with the hard lefts.
Radke tries to answer with a couple right hands after the flurry of lefts by Rushton. As they tie up now. There's the left hand again, and a turtle at the end.
Yeah.
Radke said enough. He went down, was in trouble, covered up.
He's cut over the eye, too. He's cut over the eye.
You want to go again?
Yeah.
The referee asked if he wants to get another shot.
They're asking if he wants to go again.
The answer apparently is yes, but there you see the cut over the eye. That left hand of Rushton was working big time early on.
Yeah, he probably got 20 punches off right off the bat. You see here, Rushton coming in. He actually connects him right there. And then he keeps going. Here they go again.
And again, Radke goes down, gets knocked down. They will separate. I'm not sure Radke right now. That blood kind of going into his left eye might be bothering him a little bit.
Well, I think that he's only allowed one more knockdown, and then they got to call it.
Right there.
So Radke's going to try to look to do something big and have to do it in a hurry.
They're calling it now, I think.
Well, we'll get the official announcement, but
that's the first time somebody said that's enough.
Radke took a couple shots. You can see the blood. You've been cut enough times. How much does that affect? Is it your psyche or actually your vision?
Honestly, for me, I hate blood. I hate seeing it, and sometimes I almost feel like I'm going to pass out.
Radke just said that's enough.
Take a look at how this thing ended when it was all said and done.
Yeah, he came in, and it almost looked like he just, you know what, he just had enough.
Yeah,
I think he had enough. Yeah.
It looked like he was really trying to protect that eye, and said that is indeed enough. And we'll get the official announcement as Rushton looks to continue to be undefeated against Radke.
Your winner by the result of a technical knockout, number 55, Jason Rushton.
So Rushton goes to 2-0. Radke officially is 1-1 as he got a bye in his first round matchup, but Rushton looking pretty good in that fight.
Wow, I tell you, you know what? He came out throwing lefts, and there was like a little jackhammer, and almost no chance on that one.
Next fight coming up at the multiplex in Prince George. Ian Furness along with Brant Myers in Prince George tonight for Hockey Enforcers. This next one, another battle of the unbeatens. Kent Carlson got a win over Mark Rader. Steve Reed got a win over and took Link Gates out of the competition in the first fight of the night.
He did, and I'll tell you what, they're both looking pretty mean on this one too.
Good-looking crowd here in Prince George tonight, an outstanding crowd. The sights and sounds of the multiplex. These guys aren't concerned about that, though. They're concerned about one thing, and that is the big payday at the end if you are crowned the champion of Hockey Enforcers. Ken Carlson, as I said earlier, I mean, no bones about it. He's here for the money.
Yep, definitely. And you know what? One guy's walking away with it.
Meanwhile, Steve Reed, you mentioned, Hodgkin is the hometown favorite. Effectively, Reed, though, having spent a year playing for the Prince George Spruce Kings, is someone that people here have a little attachment to as well. I'm looking forward to this fight. Amy Hayes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back, wearing number 47, Steve Reed. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, wearing number 3, Kent Carlson.
Kent Carlson, Steve Reed, quick look at the tail of the tape before they get it going. 250, Carlson, one of the bigger guys in this competition. Reed, a lot more compact, 6 feet, 225. Was so impressive, was Reed, against the big guy Link Gates in his first go-around. Carlson winning a close decision over Mark Rader in his first matchup. Two guys looking to improve to 2-0. One guy's going to put himself in great position to move on to the finals of the championship round.
Boys, action.
Oh, he caught him with the one right on the back. Oh, boy. Oh, geez. Wow. What a right hand.
Right off the bat, Carlson used that long reach to kind of knock Reed back, and I think it slowed Reed down for about a half a second because he kept coming.
He did.
Yeah. Ready?
And here we go. They'll resume this one. Reed and Carlson. And Reed gets Carlson down. Carlson's balance may be coming into play here.
I think just because he hasn't played in so long, he's not used to the balance issue for the fight.
Looks like he's breathing pretty heavy as well, Brent.
Yeah, you can tell that he's a little bit gassed right now.
They'll resume this. Reed and Carlson again.
No, they're both throwing here. I think he's got to keep his balance. If he goes down again, he could be in trouble.
And he tries to wrestle him down. Carlson does. Tries to wrestle Reed down, and he does. Yeah. I see a lot of fatigue out there right now. We could see that a lot more as this night wears on.
Definitely. With minute fights like this, you never know how it's going to end.
One more.
They'll go one more time after their two wrestle downs. Hard to say knockdown per se.
Yeah.
It's like a little blood coming out of Carlson's cheek or mouth. Yeah.
Let's go. Action.
Reed's a guy that wants to press the action. One of those open fighters, wants to do as much as he can, get busy.
Oh.
Had Carlson turned around. Big uppercut.
Oh, he caught him there hard. Oh, it's over.
At the end, the big man, Kent Carlson, just kind of reached out. Looked like he tugged Reed down to the ice and really landed a couple pretty good shots. We'll get the official decision here from our 3 judges tonight. All been involved at one time or another in a couple of these little scraps. Take a look at early on in this fight, how things kind of happen.
You see the big man Carlson there. Well, he got a right there early. He got another one. He caught him there, and it just seemed like he just kept coming.
Carlson, a big, strong guy.
He is strong, but he got hit right there, and that was, that seemed to be the ender.
That was right off the start of the fight. He kind of reached out and pushed Reed back, and it didn't really stop Reed because Steve Reed kept coming.
Yep. And he connected. He connected with the last one right there.
Kent Carlson, a guy that was a terrific underdog coming into this fight. We'll see how he did in this one against Steve Reed. The decision coming up right now.
Your winner by unanimous decision, number 47, Steve Reed.
So Steve Reed gets the win, the unanimous decision. He also is 2-0 tonight. Kent Carlson goes to 1-1. Again, all of this leading up through our round robin, and we're a little past the midway point of our round robin, our first round robin. Again, each of the 4 flight groups, each guy will fight approximately 3 times, depending on how it transpires with some injuries and equipment problems and otherwise. But about halfway through, we've got 4 guys that are 2-0. Jason Simon and John Hewitt are coming up next. Simon losing to Scroy in the first round. Jason Bone taking out John Hewitt. So two guys that are 0-1, two guys that need a win.
Well, they both need wins in this one. You know what? And they've been cleaning the ice here with some of the blood. It's old-time hockey.
That is old-time hockey. You know what? It's pretty simple. It's another Saturday night. You're in Prince George.
Oh, yeah. He's got to pay $10, get a hot dog, a Coke, and some blood on the ice. Yeah.
Here's a tale of the tape. Jason Simon, John Hewitt. As far as size goes, about as evenly matched as we'll see tonight.
Oh, definitely. You know what? I just think in this one, again, if the guy can keep his head up and not bury his head, and I think he can do okay.
Jason Simon appeared to be very disappointed in his first fight against Mike Scroy. Scroy got the win. They stopped it for a TKO early on.
Yeah.
Simon looked like he was willing to and wanting to keep it going. But now you got two guys that are 0-1 and two guys who are desperate for a victory in Simon and Hewitt. Here's Amy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back, wearing number 12, Jason Simon. And his opponent across the ice, wearing number 22, John Hewitt.
There's Hewitt in the black, Simon in the gray jersey. Multiplex Prince George. Watching two guys that are really at this point, I don't know if desperation's the right word. Maybe that's a little bit over dramatic, but boy, these two guys need a win. You can't afford to be 0-2. Hewitt at his knees, taking some shots from Simon, the veteran who's been around for a long time. Hewitt, strong guy, just kind of threw Simon down.
Well, sometimes you're definitely going to get off balance on that.
Circles.
That's what happened.
Jason Simon's one of the three players in this competition who has some NHL experience. Simon in the grays.
Action, boys.
It's like both guys kind of switch up hands. And a big right hand on the top of the head.
Not a lot of damage done there, though. They'll square off again here. Hopefully they can get open.
So those helmets come into play, the safety of the fighters.
Oh, definitely.
Simon came right at him. Oh, he took the right hand!
Wow, he caught him there.
One more. That's it. Okay, that's it. Line up.
Well,
Did he call it?
I think you heard Simon say to the referee in the wireless mic, that's it. Simon took a bomb from Hewitt, an absolute bomb on the chin, and to Simon's credit, didn't go down until he basically got wrestled to the ice.
Yeah.
We'll get the official announcement, but take a look again. It's a right hand and then a takedown, Brant Myers.
Well, if you see here, he comes in and it was just bang. And he was going down anyways, but the takedown sort of ended it there.
the right hand. Now, the only thing is
there.
As the takedown happens, I'm not so sure that John Hewitt didn't hurt his arm or his wrist.
Really?
He's holding it. His right wrist, his right elbow, it looked like. And I don't know if it happened on the punch of the takedown. You see him watching kind of as they get ready to raise his arm, but there he is taking a look at it. Here's a decision coming up in just a second, but Hewitt looking at that right hand.
Your winner by way of the technical knockout, number 22, John Hewitt. Eric Hunter to the dressing room area, please. Eric Hunter.
All right, so John Hewitt gets the win.
Eric Hunter from the Prince George Cougars.
Hewitt came off, and we were kind of looking at him. I don't know what he was saying.
He was saying something about his wrist, I think.
His wrist or his hand, and they are going to go take a look at that right now. But he threw a right hand that connected big time as we take a look at our next matchup. And just look at the crowd going again.
Hometown boy again, Trent Potskin.
Potskin his name's announced and the place comes alive. Derek Parker, meanwhile, needs a win. He's 0-1 out of Melville, Saskatchewan. Potskin, you betcha.
There he comes.
The crowd favorite. They're on their feet. Trent Potskin, Derek Parker. Take a look at the two guys as they match up here for kind of a pivotal fight. Potskin, bigger, older, a lot more experience than young Derek Parker, the youngest guy in our competition.
He is, and I don't know, I think I like Trent in this one. I think that he's really pumped up to be here, and the fans are going to support him.
Parker really was disappointed his first fight against Mayran. Thought maybe he had a chance to get the judge's decision. Didn't. So he's 0-1. He was impressive. Maybe the most impressive guy at 0-1 so far. And this guy flat out electrified the crowd, Trent Potskin.
He sure did. I tell you, I hope to see another one of those, because I tell you, it puts me on the end of my seat.
Rumblings and grumblings around Prince George where I can't believe Potskin's in. This guy is crazy. We'll find out how he does next.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back, wearing number 33, Derek Parker. And now his opponent across the ice, wearing number 23, Trent Potskin.
This fight will be easy to tell in terms of how it goes by the crowd reaction. We won't have to say much. Potskin in the black jersey, Parker in the gray.
Yep.
Parker getting booed. He played a handful of games in the Western Hockey League in this building, but yet he gets booed out of here. More so than ever when he's with Lethbridge or Moose Jaw.
Yeah, and I think they're going to go at it pretty quick here. Oh, some lefts.
Potskin with those left hands. Parker coming back with the right and a nice uppercut.
Stay up, stay up, stay up. Release, release, release.
Parker getting pretty busy.
Oh, he is. He's throwing. He seems like he's throwing more. I don't know if the big... well, he comes with a big left.
This might be a little bit of a break for Potskin. He's going to get back up and get an opportunity to get restarted.
It either looks like he's hurt, or...
Are they stopping it?
Yeah, they're stopping it. It looks like he's hurt. Like he hurt himself.
Did it appear to you that he maybe got hurt when he got tossed to the ice?
That's what it looked like, yeah.
Let's take a look at how this fight effectively ended at the very end.
Well, if you see here, he throws a big left, but he goes down, and when he goes down, he stays down, and when it almost looked like he hurt himself there. Yeah, he misses with the big left hand here.
Parker landed an uppercut.
Oh, it almost looked like his elbow.
Hit his elbow?
Yeah.
Elbow pad came loose a little bit, perhaps.
His left elbow, yeah.
We'll get the official announcement, but the crowd will not be happy, I don't believe, when the announcement is made at the multiplex.
Your winner by way of technical knockout, number 23, Derek Parker.
Well, the youngest guy here gets a win over the hometown favorite, and we'll see how Potskin is. He's got a little bit of time before his next fight is scheduled. The final one in the round robin, but he was obviously a little banged up, could not continue. The technical knockout announced officially. And Parker gets the win, a big win. He's now 1-1. Potskin also is 1-1. We're starting to see things kind of, again, fall into place. Equipment problems, a couple guys getting banged up, but we're ready to go again. How about Derek Parker versus Eddie O'Toole? And this should be a fun one coming up right now. Parker was just impressive in really what was just our last fight. Well, it would have been 2 fights ago, but it was our last fight. Parker has to come right back out. Part of the deal tonight. He got to win over the local favorite Potskin. He'll go against Eddie O'Toole. O'Toole, the guy voted in on the internet. He's 0-2. He's got to get a win.
He has to get a win on this one or he's out.
Take a look at the matchup officially between Parker and O'Toole. Parker 1-1. O'Toole is 0-2. Here are the numbers. O'Toole again gives up everybody he's fighting tonight height-wise. For the most part, he's going to give up height. But as far as weight's concerned, a pretty good matchup. O'Toole, 13 years the senior of Derek Parker. He's been around the block once or twice. And young Derek Parker, 22 years old, 500 penalty minutes last year in the CHL. As we get ready for the official announcement, as Parker and O'Toole get ready to hook up at the multiplex here in Prince George.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, wearing number 23, Derek Parker. Let's go across the ice, and once again, let's meet his opponent, number 89, Eddie O'Toole.
All right, thank you very much, Amy Hayes, our ringside announcer and reporter tonight on the broadcast with that announcement. And Parker and O'Toole, one guy fighting out of desperation, the other guy, you know what, Parker can't afford a loss either. You're 1-1, 2-1 with some of the guys dropping out. You're in pretty good shape. 1-2, then maybe you're in that gray area.
That's right. No, I think it's a must-win for Parker.
Eddie, big time O'Toole's got that on his helmet. Parker's a guy that's got a minor pro tryout here coming up in a week's time. Looking to make a name for himself as a young man. Derek Parker. Parker down, but he's right back up, which you like to see.
Oh, yeah, and there they go. They're opening up. Oh, O'Toole's caught him a couple once. Here comes Parker.
Parker with a big
Let
right hand.
him up, let him up. You want to go again? You want to go again? That's it. Why not? Blue line's right there.
They're going to let him go again.
No, I think Eddie.
Did Eddie say enough?
I think Eddie said enough, yeah. I think he said enough.
Signal because I have to ask them.
Eddie O'Toole bleeding. Eddie's shaking his head, but again, safety of the fighters coming into play. Big uppercut by Parker there. Looked like it was kind of the final straw. If you take a look at some of the highlights from this, and O'Toole's not happy, but he took a pretty good shot.
Well, you see here that they're both, he's throwing his left here, but Parker comes back and he catches him right with it right there, uppercut, and another one.
Oh, he buckled him. There's no doubt about it.
He buckled him, yeah.
O'Toole's not happy. He's not happy about being 0-3. He's not happy that it came to an end. But Parker throwing some right hands and doing some big time damage.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I like this young kid.
This is a guy that's going to make a name for himself tonight, and that's kind of why some of these guys, especially the under 25 crowd, of which there's 3 of them, are here tonight to make a name for themselves, including that man, Derek Parker, as Eddie O'Toole takes a couple big shots from the 22-year-old. Let's go back to Ray Walker for our decision.
Your winner by way of technical knockout, number 23, Derek Parker.
Derek Parker gets the win, and Brett Myers, one of the things that's a little disappointing for a guy like O'Toole as Parker skates off and raises his hand. O'Toole 0-3, but he was there for all 3 tonight. Some guys that have been upset tonight because they haven't been able to continue. Parker's a guy that stepped it up. And after going 0-1, Parker comes up with 2 big wins.
Well, he definitely needed that, and obviously O'Toole there has a heart of a lion, but Parker just seemed too big and too strong on that one.
So Parker has been really impressive in his last 2 fights. All right, here's our next matchup. Jamie Linehouse and Jason Bone. And Linehouse has not fought since, I want to say a good half hour, 45 minutes has gone by since he's actually been out there. He fought in the 4th fight of the night against Rushton and lost. He comes in against Jason Bone, who will be taking on his 3rd bout of the night. Bone is 2-1, and I should say, not his 3rd. He was actually received a bye earlier. Actually, no, he knocked out. He got by Simon. Simon then withdrew from the competition. So here comes Bone, 2-1. And Linehouse, who's kind of not had a busy night so far, getting just a 2nd fight.
Well, you're right, and I tell you what, I think Bone is definitely a little more tired here, but...
Amy Hayes is standing by with the announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back, wearing number 19, Jamie Linehouse. And his opponent, wearing number 27, Jason Bone.
As the 2 fighters, the 2 players get ready to square off.
There we go.
And here we go. Linehouse is the first to tell you he is a technical fighter.
Yeah, you can tell by the way he's staring at him too. I think they're both ready for this one, and they both get rights.
Technical nothing. How about just right hands? Let's get busy.
Oh, they're not holding anything back here, folks.
All right hands, and they're both moving to the
What a fight.
And Brad, we still have 25 seconds to go.
Holy, my God.
How about this? The crowd is on their feet.
Oh my God.
Linehouse and Bone.
What a fight.
They're going to take this all the way to the end. Some right hands. And that's it.
Now that is a hockey fight.
That was flat out incredible. Linehouse waving to the crowd. The young lawyer, Jason Bone. You got to give Bone so much credit. This guy has fought a lot tonight. His third bout, they high-five afterwards. What a tilt this was, Brant Myers. What a tilt.
They come in, and it is just no
That was a good
hard.
That's right.
I tell you,
and said that was the best fight of the night.
you know, I just respect these guys so much because he gets down, he gets up again, and there you see there, it's just back and forth.
Sometimes the pitcher tells all the words, and in this case it does. You listen to the crowd reaction and take a look at the pitchers. Two tough guys just going toe-to-toe.
Yep.
I mean, they just flat out went toe-to-toe and had the multiplex crowd on its feet. Good luck.
Somebody's saying sudden death.
Here's the thing. I don't think there's a person here that wouldn't like to see these two guys go at it one more time.
Oh, God.
You never know what will happen later on the night with some guys disqualified, some guys leaving. Let's take a listen to the official announcement. I can't wait to hear what this one is.
Your winner by unanimous decision, number 19, Caoimhe
All right, so Linehouse gets the win. And as I look through here, trying to keep track, I will be honest, is a little difficult, but I believe that was that Bones' fourth fight of the night?
I thought it was his third, but maybe it was his fourth.
He's been out there a lot. And the original flight groups were having it, they're kind of backstage trying to make sure that everybody gets the equal number of fights in the preliminary round. The guys that are still involved, again, we've had a skate break, we've had a minor concussion, we've had a couple other minor injuries, so there have been some guys. The crowd here doesn't care, they're having a good time right now. All they know is they're seeing great action. Here are the semifinal matchups. Steve Reed, Mike Scroy. After the first fight of the night, Reed, you went, well, he'll probably be there. Scroy, we thought all along would be there.
Yep, and I still believe that Mike Scroy, for myself personally, is a little bit of a favorite here. But I guess we'll have to see.
There you go, the tail of the tape. Reed has given up height throughout the night, Brant. That hasn't really affected him at all. Scroy, the more experienced fighter in different disciplines, not just on the ice, but as a mixed martial artist as well. That fight, in terms of tail of the tape, the reach for Scroy, he's been able to use that tonight. Can he do it against Reed?
Definitely.
Let's take a look at how we got here to the semifinals. Steve Reed got a win over Link Gates early on. The first fight of the night proved to be entertaining and also surprising. Brant Myers as Link Gates knocked out of that fight and also the competition. Then Reed against Kent Carlson, and what ended up being an entertaining fight, and again, Reed came up big.
He did. You know what? He just doesn't stop throwing. It's just a constant throw on his right hand.
You throw a bye into the mix as well, and that's where Steve Reed gets into the first of the two semifinals. Steve Reed making his way out of the ice. His former Prince George Spruce King, a guy who has put on an entertaining night for the fans here. Has been very impressive as well.
He and they must be mentally exhausted at this point. I mean, it's incredible.
Mike Scroy is his opponent, and Scroy got here through a couple of terrific battles. Jason Simon, his first opponent of the night, and Scroy really just kind of took control early on.
Yeah, you can just see that, again, he's another guy that didn't stop.
Jason Bone and Scroy in Scroy's second fight, and very entertaining.
Yeah.
Scroy got the decision though.
The decision, and you can tell that Mike's balance is very good, and he's not going down.
There you go. Mike Scroy is the second member of our first semifinal tandem.
I just see the look on his face.
If I was to guess,
That's enough to just make you quit right there.
Brandon, if I was to guess, I might say, having watched these guys the last 48 hours or so around the hotel, Scroy might be the best conditioned athlete here.
Yes, I think so too. And you could just tell by his dedication in the offseason that he came ready and he's ready to go again.
Semi-final number 1 is set as these guys look for the big payday and the championship. They've got one more fight to get to that title fight. Amy Hayes is standing by as Scroy and Reed getting set to go at it. Amy Hayes.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the semifinal event of the evening. From here on out, it's time we separate the men from the boys. Introducing to you first, wearing number 47, Steve Reed. And he'll be taking on, wearing number 22, Mike Scroy.
Well, nothing changes in the semifinals. We still go 60 seconds. We still come to center ice. We still engage. And Brant Myers, we still get it going.
I tell you, these guys right now, all they can picture is that big
Ready?
prize at the end.
Ready? Here we go. Scroy in the gray, Reed's in the black. Here we go. Scroy using that reach.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Let him out.
You can just tell the power from Scroy. I mean, it's just scary.
Fucking tape it on. Go
Helmet,
over there quick
helmet
and tape
comes
it onto
off
the
from
ref.
Reed, and so they will have to get that back on. He's had problems with that helmet tonight. You heard the referee saying get the tape on it and get it taped down.
His helmet ripped off.
Scroy's not happy because here's the deal. Scroy had him, it looked like, as we take a look at this, Brent, Scroy looked like he might have had Reed in trouble.
Yeah, it did.
I
And
know.
it looks like
This
usually
thing busted.
right about he starts getting going, and then, well, obviously the linesmen sort of have to get in there. But the helmet is an issue, and they got to get that thing right there.
Popped it off right there and had him in a vulnerable position,
Yeah.
so they'll put the helmet back on. Great shots there of Scroy throwing that right hand. Scroy does have that ability to throw both hands. As he gets ready with Reed getting his helmet on, Scroy trying to stay focused. That's going to be the hard part. Right? You get started, then you have to start all over again.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm used to just going until it's really over. And you can see there that he's taping the chin strap up so that the helmet won't come off. Mike Scroy's got his helmet taped
right beside Craig had.
real uptight there.
Scroy and Reed.
Ready?
Scroy said earlier tonight when I asked him, I said, why are you here?
Let's
It's just
go,
another day at the office. This is just basically what we do in that Quebec League. And so he said, why not get paid for it? Here we go.
Boy. Oh!
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Wow.
Let's start again.
Boy, it
Hey, I'm
looked
gonna
like...
let you guys go the whole time, okay? Let's just get through it.
Let's take a quick look at what just happened there because
Unless
Scroy
you're not-
it looked
went
like
off balance.
It looked like Reed came across with one.
You're killing him.
Right,
Ready?
well, sort of.
You know, glancing play, lost his
balance.
balance. Here we go, back to live action. Scroy with a right hand. Big right hand by Scroy.
Oh, now he's got the jackhammer going right now.
He connected big time to Scroy. And now down. Reed threw one more at the end, which you do not want to do if you want to avoid getting disqualified.
Sometimes that's hard. Sometimes that's hard when you get going like that, to just let up. I think they're going to the judges here for this one.
Reed said that's enough.
We are going to get the official announcement. Let's take a look at the replay here. Scroy has been focused all night.
Oh, he just comes in with a big bomb right there. And all of a sudden he gets that lawnmower right going. And
that uppercut
sort
in the
of,
right hand there.
it's sort of all she wrote coming up here right away. There he goes. He just goes down.
I wonder how much, too, Reed's getting to that point. As we take a look at Scroy, they're a little fatigue coming into play. Those knees kind of buckled.
Yep.
They had nothing left.
Nothing left. Yeah, no more gas in the tank.
As you mentioned, Scroy, you heard the horn. The helmet had come off. He was a little frustrated. So I'm going to make sure right now we'll get the official announcement in just a second. As the two fighters in the first semifinal stand at center ice, Scroy just a picture of confidence in the gray jersey. As Steve Ray looks on, Mike Scroy hoping to move on. Let's get the official announcement.
Your winner by way of the technical knockout, number 22, Mike Scroy.
So Skroy does indeed move on.
Yes, he does. You know what? I told you this guy. He is big and tough.
Skroy just been focused all night. I mean, he's just been flat out focused. He was focused since he arrived in Prince George and probably well before that as well. He's a guy that just came here with a purpose, with a mission, and so far, so good. He is undefeated. He moves on to the finals. Here's our next semifinal matchup. Mayran, Rushton, two big, strong, thick guys.
Wow, look at the size of these guys. It's unbelievable.
Mayran has just kind of, I don't want to say cruised. He had a tough fight early on, but for the most part has cruised tonight. Mayran's first fight of the night was against Derek Parker. Parker losing this one by a decision. Took a shot there from Mayran. Give Parker credit for staying up. Eddie O'Toole was next, and the right hand was going.
Yeah, you look at that there. It's just so quick and hard.
So Mayran undefeated, semifinalist number 3 if you're counting. He is in the second semifinal.
This is going to be a good one, Ian.
Mayran, a guy many people felt coming in, was a favorite. Also a guy that talked about the open fighter, the guy that is going to throw lefts and rights, although he says he'll prefer almost exclusively to stay with the right hand, but he'll be taking on Jason Rushton, his opponent. Jason Rushton got it going against Linos early on.
Yep, and you see him there again. You know what? It's almost another just sort of jackhammer, and no giving up there.
Rushton and Radke were up next, and this is a fight that literally Rushton knocked Radke out of the tournament with.
Yep.
So Rushton, after wins over Linos and Radke, moves on to the semifinals. And Rushton, who in terms of size and strength gives up a couple of inches to Mayran, but not a lot in terms of strength and weight.
These guys are both monsters, and I tell you what, you're going to see here where they come in and they're not going to hold off.
Take a quick look at the numbers. 6'3", 5'11", but as we mentioned, 245 and 250, even in terms of the weight, at least fairly even. Rushton, a little bit older. Mayran, been very impressive. This sets up to be one heck of our second semifinal. Rushton and Mayran. Amy Hayes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our second semifinal. Introducing to you first, wearing number 55, Dean Mayran. Also wearing number 55, please welcome Jason Rushton.
Rushton, as you saw, looking over and smiling at Mayran. Mayran returning the favor ever so slightly.
Ready? Ready? Let's go.
A chance to fight for the title of Hockey Enforcers is on the line. Mayran in the gray, Rushton in the black. Mayran with the right hand early on.
Oh, boy!
And returning the favor. Rushton with the left hand. Gotta love those weapons, Flyers.
Oh, boy, they go and go to go. He's trying to get his right arm free. Oh, that's a big one there.
Big uppercut. Helmet comes off. Rushton looks over.
Wow. Somebody's cut.
Oh, that's Mayran. Is cut above his eye.
Yep.
Look right above his eye. You can see it. He's cut.
And his lip too, I think there. Boy, were they throwing hard.
I'm not so sure, Brant Myers, you being lefty as well, that Rushton didn't surprise Mayran with the left hands.
Oh, I know, and it was just, again, he threw his left, he threw his right, and it was toe-to-toe. I don't know what happened here, if it's a helmet again.
Let's take a look at how this thing got going as they get the helmet fixed to Jason Rushton.
Boy, they go right to right, and now it's left to right, and there's no defense. They're just going.
The only defense when you're going left to right, the only defense is if your knuckles hit up.
That's right.
Collide midair.
Oh my Lord. I'm glad I'm sitting with you, Ian. I tell you. What a hard way to make a living, I tell you. Oh, he almost buckled him with that shot.
Here we go. Rushton and Mayran will continue on. See if Rushton goes back to that left hand. Looks like the left and right's coming up again.
He's lining up lefty against righty here.
There they go. Couple big right hands this time by Mayran. They go to the ice and the officials will separate.
Yeah, I think they're going to go one more time. Unless he called it, no? Maybe
nope,
not.
I think they're going to keep going.
Yeah.
I think they keep going. It's just quickly, Mayran's going to get that
helmet
chin strap fixed.
Yeah.
I said quickly, and I was wrong. They'll take it over to the equipment managers here. Let's take a look at that exchange just moments ago.
Well, you see them both coming in, and we got left against right again. Oh, and then he switches back to the right. He looked like he overpowered him on that one punch, but right there.
I think Mayran looks like, it almost appears like he thought, okay, this guy, he's been able to overpower people for the most part tonight.
Definitely.
Rushton's not the kind of guy he's going to be able to toss around. They're within 5 pounds of each other, and Rushton's awful thick as well. Mayran, who admittedly says, look, I'm going to throw right hands 90% of the time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to want to switch up.
Yeah.
And Rushton looks like he is truly just a pure left-hander.
Yeah.
And so you got a big puncher with the right hand. You got a big puncher with the left hand.
Helmets come off.
Talking to Rushton.
Right.
Rushton just shaking his head. Hey, you know what? I'm fine. Rushton said, I got no problem whatsoever. He's just kind of relaxing, kicking back. The crowd here having fun.
Somebody's cheering somebody on over there that just walked through the crowd. It might have been
come off or just going to the buzzer. Keep going.
Buckskin maybe walking out in the crowd.
I'm not sure if you could hear the referee. Basically what he said there after each guy's lost. If the helmet comes off, they're going to go to the scorecard.
Let's go. Let's go.
So, here we go. One final time, no matter what.
Make it quick. Make it quick.
Mayran and Rushton.
Make it quick. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The referee telling him to get going.
Let's go.
They don't have a lot of time on the clock. And Rushton goes down. Lost his helmet. Horn sounds anyway. They're still tied up and they'll come away.
Good job, boys.
They'll go to the scorecards. And I don't even want to venture to guess who's going to win this one.
Me either.
That's why they have 3 guys that are in charge of that. So we'll sit back, relax, and wait and see. Whereas we've had a lot of fights tonight where you'd have a TKO. It was relatively easy to see who the victor is. This one's not the case.
Nope.
And a spot in the finals will be on the line as we take a look at the replay.
They're both trying to get position here.
He just slipped there, didn't he?
He just sort of slipped, yeah, and then the helmet came off. But right here, you see the big right hand coming, boom. Yeah.
Maybe that wasn't a slip.
No, I don't know. I don't think it was.
Maybe that wasn't a slip when it was all said and done.
Yeah.
Crowd here kind of anticipating what could happen. One of these 2 men,
wow,
Mayran,
look at the blood.
Rushton are going to move on to the finals.
Yeah.
Let's get the official decision from the judges.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous decision is number 55, Dean Mayran.
Dean Mayran moves on to the finals against Mike Scroy.
Wow.
And Brant Myers as we look back on the night. Well, we have our final matchup set at the multiplex in Prince George, British Columbia. Ian Furness along with Brant Myers from the Calgary Flames. Let's take a look at our championship fight tonight. Mike Scroy, Dean Mayran. These 2 guys have put on a show for you tonight. I don't even know where to start other than I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. Well, I might have one eye closed, but I tell you what, they are both warriors, and I think it's going to be a battle to the end.
Different styles as well.
I think a little bit. I think Mike has the tendency to really keep his head up and sort of look the guy in the face. And again, you know what though? This is it. This is all the marbles. This is what they were waiting for.
Take a look at the matchup numbers, the tail of the tape, we call it. Almost even in terms of height. Mayran a little bit bigger, thicker, same age, roughly the same experience in the world of hockey. Outside of the weight issue and a little bit of strength, you would think from Mayran because of that weight, but I don't know. Scroy's in terrific shape.
That's the thing. You can be 250, you can be 235. It all depends on what type of shape you've been in and how hard you've been training. And it really looks like they both have taken the necessary options here to get themselves ready.
The other thing that we talk about as we get this far into the evening, this deep into the evening, is conditioning. Caoimhe Nama, do you give an edge to one of those guys in terms of conditioning if it is a 60-second fight, if it goes the distance?
You know what, honestly, if it goes the distance, I might have to go Mike Segura just because of the fact that he played last year in the American Hockey League. He played about 60 games, and, you know, his last fight was probably a few months ago.
Let's take a look one more time at how Mike Segura got to where he is right now, and that would be the championship fight of the evening. Segura early on against Reed. It's actually this semifinal fight. This is a really entertaining fight between Segura and Reed.
You talk about two guys not letting up at all, and you know, yeah.
Had a smile on his face, a smirk on his face as well. Pretty happy about the way things turned out. There's no doubt about that. I look at this thing though, and I say, wow, these guys are big, they're strong, they're fixing a skate in the back. Why is that? Well, big, strong guys break skates, including our guest who just stopped by right now. That's Mark Rader. And Mark, I know disappointing in for you tonight because you didn't get a chance to continue. You broke the skate. Kind of take us through what happened.
Well, I really don't know what happened, but a couple of guys sitting up high said they even heard the skate break. But unfortunately, the skate gods weren't with me today. You know, I would certainly love to continue on. But in the end of all, what a great weekend, what a great event. 16 guys on the ice kicking the crap out of each other and showing how true gentlemen we are as well. So it's been a really excellent weekend.
Let's take a look at some of the action which you were involved with earlier. And you're fighting, literally the last half of the fight, you fought on a broken skate, and that makes it a very difficult task for you. But you made the decision to continue on.
Yeah, well, it was just kind of came out so suddenly in there. I wasn't obviously going to back down at that time halfway through the event. But yeah, like fighting the last half with the broken blade, that was pretty frustrating because not only my mind was on the fight, but I'm worried about if I'm going to twist my ankle up or whatnot. So it was let's say frustrating at best.
Mark, thanks for stopping by. We really appreciate it. There you go. Mark Rader, one of the competitors tonight, who was out a little bit earlier than he had hoped due to a broken skate blade. But we do have a championship fight to go before it's all said and done. We're going to crank it up here in just a couple of seconds. Let's take a look at how Dean Mayran got to the finals, the championship matchup. A big, strong, thick individual, a guy that throws some big right hands. As you see right here, Mayran, well, one of the more entertaining fights of the night.
My God, wasn't it ever? Look at these guys.
Mayran
Wow.
and Rushton as they were going, and it was basically the rights of Mayran versus the lefts of Rushton.
Yep, there was no defense in that fight whatsoever.
I'm not so sure if there's any defense. You know what? It's a tough job those linesmen have.
Look at them.
Really difficult job.
Yeah, tough job on a Saturday night here for the linesmen.
You know, somebody told me they had the toughest job in the building, and I'm thinking right now, we've got angry hockey players coming towards us. These guys are talking with the ladies in Prince George. I think that those guys win in the battle of the best job tonight.
Well, they might have the best job, you betcha. And I think they're cleaning up their visors here and taking a better look.
Everybody's having a good time tonight in anticipation of the final fight of the night. So it is one more. Here comes Mr. Parker right now. I like him a lot better when he's not next to us.
I know. Keep him on the other side.
Wrap up the microphones, hide the women and children. Derek Parker's hit the ice for one final go-around against the lawyer-to-be. Once he passes his bar, he's got through law school, and that's Jamie Linehouse.
Well, Ian, he might outsmart him on this one. What do you think?
Hey, I'm not going down that road. Unless you're hanging out with me all night long, I'm not going down that road. I will tell you this, it's interesting as we look at Derek Parker, and here's the matchup we're going to have. Some of the guys have actually come out of the locker rooms to take a look at what's going on tonight. First time we've seen that this evening.
Yeah, they have.
Amy Hayes is standing by. Parker Linehouse. Let's get the official introductions with Amy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just a little something extra for you. Here is a grudge match between Derek Parker and Jamie Linehouse.
Simple as that. I'm not sure what the grudge is. Linehouse might be the easiest guy to get along with back in that locker room. I think the grudge is all Parker. Parker Linehouse are going to square off. The young guy, 22 years old, is Parker. 29 years old is Linehouse. Looking to pass the bar, become a lawyer. Might be his final go-around on the ice. Here they go, leading up to our title fight in a couple moments. hear the crackle of a couple pops to the helmet.
Boy, he's coming back. His elbow patch came off, but he's still hanging in there. You can hear the punches from here.
And then Linehouse just kind of waited them out, it looked like, and now they come together. Parker's throwing a lot of punches. Linehouse shook it off, and Linehouse and Parker still going at it. 25 seconds still to go. The one thing Brad Myers, Linehouse fights, you know, it could go a long time and a lot of action involved too.
And then you know what, too? They're not breaking this one up either. With no helmet, and they're going crazy.
I'm assuming grudge match means you just let them go.
They're just letting them go. This is a great fight.
Finally, it comes to an end.
Good job. That was a great fight.
You know what? How about this? No grudge, just two guys that hug afterwards. A lot of mutual respect out there for two very, very tough guys.
Yeah.
Derek Parker, Jamie Linehouse, getting the crowd revved back up, getting them ready for the championship, which is just moments away with Scroy and Mayran. Let's take a look at some of the action from Parker versus Linehouse.
Well, you can see that they're both anxious to get into this one. And the right hands from Parker are they're coming pretty quick. With Linehouse, you know what? He hangs in there.
We were talking about the technical fighter earlier. I mean, he was kind of holding on. Parker threw a lot of punches.
Yeah.
Didn't do a lot of damage. It didn't look like the Linehouse kind of set him up, and away they went again.
Yeah. And then they sort of regrouped. He went down a bit, but no, he regrouped. And I think the helmet comes off here. One of these punches.
It ended up being pretty much a yard sale. There were elbow pads.
Yeah, that's right.
Helmets. There goes an elbow pad.
Yeah.
And there's a smile again.
Yeah,
how about that?
There.
You bet that. A little mutual respect. Grudge nothing. A lot of mutual respect. A little bit of love between the boys on a Saturday night in PG.
Your winner, by the way of a split decision, number 23, Derek Parker.
Well, I would assume then Parker could go home happy. Let's take a look at our final matchup of the night. Mike Scroy, Dean Mayran. Scroy, mixed martial artist by trade, hockey player by night. I think he'd actually switch those around as he's still moving up the ranks in the world of professional hockey. Mayran is a certified personal trainer. So two guys that conditioning, you got to think, won't be as much of a factor as maybe it was with some guys earlier. I'm looking forward to this one.
Well, I tell you what, I don't think Mayran would be a guy as a personal trainer that I want to be late for.
He tells you that. Stay on the Stairmaster for another 30 minutes. You're saying yes, absolutely. 6'3", 250. Scroy, a little bit taller, not quite as heavy. Same age, roughly the same professional hockey experience. Scroy, again, though, in terms of where they're at in their hockey background, Scroy's still kind of an up-and-comer, a guy hoping to realize the dream, hoping to get to the National Hockey League. Mayran, on the other hand, as a certified personal trainer, also right now playing semi-pro hockey in Quebec. For him, perhaps that other dream of hockey, this is about as good as it's going to get. It's a big night for him and a big night for Scroy as well.
Well, you also have to understand that the purse for this fight is definitely like the guy playing a full year in the minors.
There's absolutely no doubt about that. Mike Scroy, the first of our two men in the championship bout. He's had the same look on his face pretty much throughout the week, not just tonight, throughout the week. Brent Myers, as he makes his way out there, calm, cool, collected. Been in a mixed martial arts show.
You got a fight going on in the stands.
A little scrap. Just when we said we're having a solid night. Scroy doesn't care. He's looking ahead saying, what happened? All right, where's Mayran? Let's get it going. That's all he's thinking about right now.
You could just tell by the look in his face. He's pretty confident.
And you mentioned the purse, roughly equivalent of, for the winner, a year's salary in the American Hockey League.
One day of fighting is what you're going to make in the American Hockey League for one full year.
Mayran makes his way out there. Again, a semi-pro player at Quebec. You get to this point for most of these guys. In fact, I think it's safe to say all these guys. The purse for the winner is significant. It's big. It's what they all came here for. Two things. One, the money. Two, really the pride to be the first champion of Hockey Enforcers we're just moments away of finding out who exactly that first champion will be. Dean Mayran right there, or Mike Scroy? That'll be the question. Who's going to walk away with the title? Who's going to walk away with the belt? Will it be Scroy? Will it be Mayran? For the official introductions, here's Amy Hayes.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Prince George, Canada. Are you ready for the main event of the evening? The Black and Blue Hockey Enforcers champion. Who will the winner be? Introducing to you first, standing 6 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 230 pounds from Toronto. He's wearing number 22, Mike Scroy. And next, he also stands 6 feet 5 inches tall, weighs in at 225 pounds from Windsor, wearing number 55, Dean Mayran.
Well, it's two guys who have been pictures of confidence from the very beginning. Scroy won his first fight, the second of the night. Mayran won his first fight and every fight thereafter, as did Scroy, the third fight of the night. The guys that fought second and third are going to fight last. The championship's on the line. Mayran in the blue, Scroy in the black. Here we go. Scroy talking to Mayran.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Mayran missing. Mayran with a big body punch. Haven't seen that much tonight in the right hand.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Release, release.
30 seconds left. Crowd wants him to engage. Not a lot of time left. 20 seconds. Anybody's fight. Mayran looks like he's bleeding out of his mouth. Got a couple right hands in there. Scroy coming back strong. Mayran takes him down.
What a takedown. There's got to be, what, 10 seconds left, Ian?
Maybe 10 seconds
He's
left.
going at him.
5 seconds.
going right at him.
We're told 5 seconds. Count it down. You're going to hear the horn.
You want the judges?
Conversation going on between these two guys.
One more round, boys.
Well, now we wait. Now we wait. Scroy Mayran put on a nice display.
One more round. What a joke.
So let's take a look at the replays from this particular fight to determine the champion.
You know, look at, they both come in, and that was a hard right there, and Scroy just missed with the right, but he's, they're both, he went down there.
He wrestled down, or?
Well, you know what? Let's see here. It almost looks like he might have been a little bit off balance, maybe.
First time, big right hand there.
Hit there. Yeah, he did. And then he sort of grabbed one.
That was right at the end.
Yeah.
And now we'll have to get
Here's
the announcement
one.
in a moment. Here's the takedown.
Yeah, well, he did get a little bit of a shot in there.
Shot and kind of a shot and a push, it looked like, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see the decision.
The crowd is waiting. The fighters are waiting. We're waiting, as we all wait to see what will happen and who will be crowned the first champion of Hockey Enforcers. All the participants throughout the night are on the benches. They're all sitting here waiting. Everyone taking a look. We have a decision. We are going to go to that decision. It'll be interesting to hear. Take a listen and then listen to the crowd. Here it is.
One more minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, hockey fans, we have a winner by split decision, number 55, Dean Mayran.
Dean Mayran is the winner. Mike Scroy disappointed. Mayran with a number of the participants, a lot of guys that he's had tilts with in that Quebec Semi-Pro League coming out, and congratulating him, and here's a great show of sportsmanship, Mayran and Scroy.
I tell you, You got to take your hats off to these two gentlemen.
And
Warriors.
as disappointed as Scroy is, Mayran is a happy guy right now. That guy is going to walk home with a nice check. Meanwhile, Scroy wonders what if.
Yep.
What if? So close, but he couldn't quite get there. We're going to check in with Dean Mayran here in just a couple of seconds. Amy Hayes is going to stand by as Mike Scroy still shaking his head in disappointment. Tough night for Mike Scroy. His only loss came in the championship bout. Amy Hayes is with our winner. Amy?
All right, everybody, excitement. Everything's going crazy. I'm with Dean Mayran. He's got his check right here. Dean, how are you feeling?
Pretty tired.
Pretty tired, and you look good. I mean, you got a few marks there, but he looks good, right, fans? Yeah. You have a check for $62,250. Where is that money going?
I'm going shopping.
Do I get to come, or are you already married and all that? No. That's great. Anything in particular you're going to buy?
A new car.
A new car. All right. Congratulations, Dean Rayman. We appreciate you, and we hope to see you again. Is this the end of your hockey enforcer participation, or will you come back?
No, I'd like to come back, defend my title.
Okay, he'll be back to defend his title. Let's hear it for Dean Rayman, ladies and gentlemen, your new black and blue hockey enforcers champion. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you joining us this evening. Let's take it back to you guys at ringside.
Amy Hayes, thank you very much. And a very happy Dean Mayran when it's all said and done. And a guy that goes home with a very big check. In a lot of ways, a big check. But for a guy playing semi-pro hockey right now and a family guy and a guy just trying to make a living, it comes in handy.
Well, definitely, like I said, you know, to win that money is sometimes like playing a full year in pro hockey. So I think that tonight it's definitely well worth the effort that he put out there.
Final thoughts, Brant Myers from the Calgary Flames on tonight's activities, your impressions?
Well, honestly, I didn't know what to expect, Ian, and coming to this event and being part of it for the first time was just an honor for me. And, you know, I can't say enough about these guys. They really gave it their all tonight, and I'm just so impressed by the whole thing.
We saw a lot of emotion, a lot of raw emotion, too much emotion at times. A couple guys got banged up. A lot of equipment broken in the process. Hopefully, in the end, nothing seriously broken, but maybe a little bit of pride along the way.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know what, I think all the guys, after this is all said and done, and they might go out for a bite to eat and have some fun together and maybe sort of chat about it. But overall, what an amazing event.
Hey, well, I'll tell you what, it's been a lot of fun. Brant Myers from the Calgary Flames, Ian Furness. We really have enjoyed ourselves tonight. For some final thoughts on the evening at the Multiplex in Prince George, let's go back to Amy Hayes, who's been working hard ringside all night. Amy?
Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us for this extraordinary broadcast. History has been made here tonight, and we will see you in a town somewhere very soon, maybe yours. That's it for the Hockey Enforcers Black and Blue. We'll see you in your town.